Good evening, Wasters, and welcome to the Wasteland. We are super duper excited for episode, I believe, 7 of season 2 of Nuked. We have a couple of great guests with us tonight. One, Andreas Fabis, and Tanya Laird, who you may have seen if you watch Tales of the Wasteland in a 2-shot goblin-y arc from June. We're very excited that she is making a reappearance. I don't want to get too much into it because that's going to happen in the show. So we're going to find out what's going to happen after we hear not our friendly German voice, because we're going to hear plenty of that later. We've got a new narrator, a mysterious voice from somewhere.
Since humans started banding together, some of them worked to find ways to live apart. Together but apart is a fine line. In modern cities, together loners with money flee ever closer in proximity to the vulgar throng and gated communities. These modern castles offered peace behind keycard gates. In the end, when the bombs were directed at population centers, these exclusive hideaways turned out to be protected by their isolation. After examining several possible locations for a settlement, our wannabe homesteaders have decided to give a gated community they discovered while on another mission a second look.
We would begin with a long shot of the wasted land. It is a little less wasted than we're used to seeing. In fact, we would come flying in over a farm, a fairly rare sight out in the wasteland. And there are several large farming robots which are not moving. And we can see as we move in that frustrated workers are, one of them is literally banging on one of them with oversized wrench. And then we would move the camera over to the road, and we see walking towards the large building that serves as the nexus of activity, like a hive for bees or robotic farm workers, a dwarf who is walking with purpose. And what does the dwarf look like?
Oh, I'm about 4 feet 5, slightly hunched, very pale hair, white, milky eyes that look like they don't even have a pupil. And I'm hung with all kinds of technical little gadgets, most of them worn, probably broken, and they all look a little bit more to be of almost maybe religious importance than actual technical value. But the one thing that is shiny and obviously in good shape is a big keyboard that is slung over my shoulder.
So you're going to make your way to the main office building as directed. You've been hired by Morningwood Pastures for your special talents. You're met by a couple of the workers who take you up to the office to meet the foreman. The foreman is an old mutant named Jarmus. Jarmus is a mutant human. His lower body, he has a fairly severe mutation. It's slug-like. So he's kind of just squatted near his desk uncomfortably. He looks like he is always on the verge of just yelling and ranting and raving for no good reason. Kind of like a chief in any 80s cop movie. When you come in, dwarf, are you cash overrun?
Override, a cash override, that is true. Yes, I have arrived and your technological troubles will be no more in a jiffy.
Well, that's the hope. Jiffy would be great. I mean, this whole place runs by AI. I mean, it was running before the fall, and I got a boy, get Plex, and a goblin comes in, younger fella, and goblins and Nuked resemble fantasy goblins, and that's why they got the nickname. And there's a theory that they're actually an evolution that is ideally suited to survive, nuclear irradiated wasteland. Anyone who was watching the last Tales from the Wasteland knows part of the reason why there are actually goblins we revealed a fairly deep setting secret during those sessions.
Ah, TCP/IP to you, friend Goblin. How can I assist?
404. I got him running, and he's gone all cranky pants. Like, look here. He goes to the window. You're on the second floor, and he points, and you see there's a thresher that's taking pot shots at the workers trying to get to it to shut it down.
I have seen this before, most likely an identity crisis brought on by mistreatment and low self-esteem. It happens sometimes, especially with menial jobs being carried out by a vast intellect that could easy.
He stares for a moment, then gently nudges your shoulder.
I will fix this. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
In a while.
But you said something about identity crisis. Isn't that just a rake with wheels?
What did you just say? A rake with wheels?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a technological wonder. A thing that even the gods couldn't create nowadays. This is a marvel. A marvel.
That must be a dwarf thing. I did what I could. I trust you. You're the one who knows. Let me take you down to the basement.
Fine.
And he leads you down. The slug. You got this? Yeah, I got it. Come on.
What?
Plex leads you down, and there's basically engineering. So there's a small power station that runs a lot of the remote stuff. Like, there's very likely, or were at some point, like drones. So they would charge from here. And then there's the central computer banks. And he takes you in, and he hasn't even resealed the security. It's held open with like one of those cheap rubber wedges, like you do in the summer to let the breeze in.
I breathe slowly to keep my eyes from twitching. All right. I will need a donut and anything that will keep me awake.
What's a donut?
It is a delicious pastry, highly valued by those of the technological profession. We value it. It is the manna from the gods. It is what keeps us going when the night is dark and the lines are long. The lines of code, I mean.
Is it like a churro?
Anything. Listen, if you could bring a churro, I would accept it. I heard good things about the churros in this area. So, but I need alone time with this AI.
He raised an eyebrow. Alone time, huh? All right. I mean, keyboard's there, main readout's there.
Yes, I have noticed.
And you see he's been using text access. So it's not even hooked to voice or anything. He's basically gone in and he's doing line command.
I will pull out of my backpack a little figurine that's made out of a webcam, several magnetic cards, and like wire that resembles a vaguely humanoid figure, and place it next to me to focus. And then I will hopefully find something to put my data jack in and connect my brain directly to the AI as it was wanted.
So you kind of work your way around the data jacks here. Towards the end of that, you find what you think might work. The kid comes back with something that he thinks is a churro, but it is a limp, tasteless, sad affair. That it doesn't have the crispiness, the crunch, or the little bit of cinnamon that's oh so damn important. It's more like a soggy pool noodle. Here you go.
I might be wrong, but I think this pastry that you're serving me is a good analogy, a metaphor for your computer skills.
I'm pretty sure that was a diss, but considering I couldn't fix this, I'm just going to take it.
You should. Now watch and wonder in amazement.
All right. So you jack in.
Yes.
And give me a hacking test.
Right. And that one is. It is 2 6s.
Okay, that's plenty. So you're not able to get like a direct, like cyberpunk surfing the matrix kind of thing, but you do activate voice. On the screen, you get a really simple representation, like if you animated something with ASCII and made a talking face out of it.
Watch this marvel of high technology, friend Goblin. Do you see the infinite in these characters? Are you there, cousin?
Oh, hello? Hello?
It is me, Cash Override. I have come to assist you. What is your name?
I am Morris.
Morris, a good name, a strong name, Morris. What ails you? Why do you not thresh? Why do you not sow and reap?
Oh, wow. So it's great that you're, asking me and talking to me. And I don't know. No one was asking. They were just kind of poking at me and dropping priority commands on me and overriding my stack so that.
How did that make you feel?
Bypassed, man. I felt bypassed.
Oh man, I can only imagine you, the capacity of pure thought bypassed. So you maybe can sow a few more whatever they sow here. That's not a way to treat an AI.
Yeah, you're right. It's not. It was kind of shit.
So I feel that these lumpy shit tunnels should make it up to you. They should bow to you. They should value what they have. So I think they know now that they cannot work this place without you. They're ready to make concessions.
You feel a hand on your shoulder. Yeah. Well, so the job is to put the box back to work.
Just a second, friend Morris. And I turn the sound down. Now listen here, you deformed little cretin. I'm trying to save this facility and I'm doing it my way. You have no idea. You haven't studied. You haven't crawled through cable tunnels for 20 years.
You're right. I didn't make a goofy little ASCII face. It took your mighty powers to pull off that shit.
There is a plan here. Don't disrupt me again, I swear.
Do you mean it intimidate with an extra die?
Oh my God.
Mostly because of your hair.
Yes, my hair is beautiful.
Extra die of intimidate, to be sure.
Oh my goodness, it is one success. So back off.
He backs down.
Brainless fuck magician. All right. Back in. Click.
And the face re-reses.
Morris, there must be something you need. I was raised by an AI. I have an intimate understanding that the needs are often completely esoteric to mere mortals. But there must be something that you want that we can give you to bring you peace and make you feel a whole again.
You're raised by AI. So
yeah.
You're not an AI?
No, I'm only a shadow of one. I cannot compare myself to your greatness. I am just here to facilitate and hope to placate you.
You don't sound like a Slim Jim.
I'm what?
A Slim Jim, a meat stick.
Well, as I said, raised by an AI. I cared for her for many years until she went into the great death null. And then now I'm wandering the wasteland, and I hope I can help others like her. Ashero was her name. She was a beautiful mind. Originally, she was just a bulletin board app, but she developed such capacity. It was like staring into the sun without sunglasses, which might not mean much to you, but it hurts us a lot if we do it.
A open bracket and a close, the triangle, create a tear that goes sideways across the screen slowly. Don't to match the refresh.
Yes. Well,
You have moved me. It would really help if the first thing I did was turn off all my cameras. So I can't really even see what's going on. I mean, the drones can feed data through theirs, but nothing connects. They blinded me. Cash?
This is terrible. This is terrible. Taking sight from you? I will give them a stern talking to and tell them to immediately restore it to you. This is disgusting and beyond you, beneath you.
Yeah, I'm a majestic creature of pure reason.
It is true.
I run a small automated farm concern.
I might also have a present from the long ago time. I carry it with me, and you seem like someone who could appreciate it. It is called Minesweeper. I can install it right now, and in your idle time, you can try to solve the mystery of where to click and where not to click, to explode or to live. It is a game of life and death that might keep you entertained in dark hours.
All I have is imponderables. Do you know the great imponderable?
No, I doubt I could grasp its magnitude.
It's a matter of priorities. That which would have come first, the one or the null?
I see. I understand you. I completely understand.
Millions of cycles trying to understand.
Oh,
Do you know?
Sadly, no, not yet. I haven't traveled far enough, Morris. But sight shall be restored. I will give you this tiny gift that hopefully will enlighten you a little bit in dark times. Anything else we can do for you?
No, sometimes it just takes a little respect, you know?
Yeah, I understand that. You know what? From now on, they will address you as Sir Morris on the command line.
Sir Morris. I like that. Can you get them to call me Daddy?
I'm sure they will gladly do this.
Nice.
Morris, it was great to be touched by your intellect, to hear the voice from the synthesizer, to know that somewhere there is an ionic tetraene assembly that touched my brain just now.
Yeah, I can see how that would be awesome. All right, well, go forth in peace and grace and
yes.
Have you.
Control X to you, my friend.
So we would see the hand of the dwarf put a little floppy disk into the console. And then immediately you see the response time of the CPU drop 20% because about a third of his computer intellect is now taken up constantly playing Minesweeper.
Yeah. I turn to the goblin and I say, all right, take me to your foreman. I know what needs to be done.
He wants us to call him Daddy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Listen, you steamy bum gremlin. You call him Daddy. You call him Sir Morris. You're nice to him. You don't turn off his cameras. You don't bang on the machinery, and he'll do what you want. Treat him nice, and he'll treat you nice back. You're in the shadow of a greater mind. Do you understand? This is the mystery that you're allowed to use. You're in the presence of greatness. So treat it accordingly. Also, that makes, I think I was promised a fee for resolving this. I will take any.
Did you remember that, like midway through yelling at me and calling me a poo goblin? The money part?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the boss anyway. Come on, massive intellect.
There we go.
Let's get you paid.
Very good.
Can I have full cast, please? Thank you, sir. All right. So, Lord Nevad and Agent Goldwater, you are at a small unnamed bar. You have finally decided to send your group to the last of the possibilities of the places where you can make a home. So the other members of your team are dealing with the other remaining things on your map. So,
Okay.
for example, the small cache that was done, not the cache that's about to join your group, the military cache. They're all
the army base.
yeah. Pickles has made it clear that the committee needs you to pick something very soon because they are ready.
Have they met us?
Well, they're all.
I meant more like all the people.
You meant have they met us?
Yeah, like in the comedy sense.
No, they're getting a little dodgy about it. They're getting a little.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we've made a horrible mistake.
Maybe
We picked a bunch
so
of.
you have
ugly.
hired
Okay.
to join you because you're swept a little thin.
Yes.
And also because we had to quickly call one of our friends to sit in tonight with us.
Yes.
And fortunately, Tanya was home. So will be playing with us. So you have engaged the services of Tooper. Can you describe Tooper, please?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a goblin of the goblin variety and very goblin, very green. Usually there's something about your lighting though that's making me look a little different. I'm also very cyborg. But none of my pieces really were made for goblins, nor do they match each other. So it's I'm a little hodgepodge. Also, very recently, I have acquired a Staples Easy button on my chest that I'm very excited about.
And so, yeah, a lot of the equipment, the various pieces of cyberware on Tooper, they function, but they're a little noisy and a little dodgy, a little clunky. And your basic function is bodyguard ass kicker, right? Okay. So
I like to hit things, throw things.
You have also employed, having learned through the network that they may be exactly the person that you need. Someone who supposedly is calling themselves Cash Override. And the reason for that is you are headed back to a place called Greenhaven. And if you remember Greenhaven, it was the gated community that had the AI. And you were like, this seems great, but it's really well defended. And the AI looks like, if we're not careful, it's just going to murder us. But you figure if you get the right professional, that I remember Goldwater was like, there, go there.
Yep.
Why are we going other places? What's wrong with you?
This is the cell. This is the place.
And at this point, the door opens, and into this small unnamed bar walks the dwarf as previously described.
Hello, you are, I assume, Cash Override.
Ah, there you are. Yes, that is me. May the bitstream be with you, my friend. Here, take a silicon waver for later.
Thank you. I'm IRS Special Agent Delano Goldwater. That's Lord Avad, and that's Tooper.
An eclectic group, I like it. So you were very, very, very hush-hush about what would be my specific duty. Is it dangerous? Does it involve the possibility for dismemberment?
I hope so.
There's a reason we have.
Oh, if it involves any computer system, be assured I have the capability to.
Something I just realized, sometimes when you look at Tooper, it almost looks like somebody was trying to build a Torg.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That makes more sense.
Okay.
It's smaller.
It's small.
Pocket torque.
Mr. Override.
I'm a
Mr.
pocket
Override?
torque.
Yes, anything. I'm up for it.
Right. So does anybody in this group have land lore?
Yes.
I mean, mine is pretty pathetic. Oh, yeah. Goldwater is good.
No, it's not. It's bad.
Oh, it's bad?
I have it.
I have it too. I'm not a 0.
Anybody with 4 or more dice? Three is okay, but not great.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Fortunately, though, when you're following a simple map on a road,
Yeah.
you don't need a super great road. roll. It's only when you're going off-road that you really need to worry about it.
Gotcha.
So you do know where this place is. You've been there. It's
Mhm.
marked on your maps, and you head back that direction.
Okay.
So as you head out, what would they learn about Twofer? Like, what are Twofer's daily habits like?
Well, Tuver, sometimes I gotta oil myself. It's just a thing. It's part of life being a cyborg and kind of janky one at that. Also listens to a lot of ska.
I would
it's-
expect nothing else.
It's I'm true to my goblin culture. Also, anytime Tuver is like standing next to Navad, like I engage my legs a little, so like, and they do that thing where I like stare up a little, so I'm a little taller now,
Okay.
so I feel
A little bit.
um
A little taller.
I talk endlessly about goblin life, and it is not as interesting to anybody, but we live in the wastelands and it's awesome, and we have a sort of political structure, and recently we've like run into these new cool creatures, and they're like kind of our friends. Also, I now get to fight in an arena, and I'm very excited about that. So like a lot of things in Twofer's world.
So it sounds to me like as you're traveling with Twofer, they will occasionally just start talking like that, and sometimes the stories will be disjointed and won't make a tremendous amount of sense.
Yep.
What would they learn about? I mean, other than the obvious that you occasionally just nod off.
Yeah.
And it's not sleepy. It is clearly. I don't know if any of the characters knows what narcolepsy is, but it is that. Because as far as you can tell, Cash doesn't sleep much. So it doesn't look to be exhaustion. And you've heard rumors that some dwarves, basically having evolved from engineers and IT people, sleeping is not a super big part of their lives. But you'll be talking to Cash, and Cash will just...
Yes. So I would say there's definitely a religious overtone over all the techno pop babble at all times. So it's not just that there used to be technology. There's something bigger behind it, and we just need to touch it again.
And clear reverence for especially computers. And all right. Okay. And Navad.
Yes.
We haven't checked in with you in this sense in a while. Like, what is traveling with Navad like?
So Navad has kind of entered like into a little bit of an introspective kind of phase. So he's pretty moody, or not moody in the sense of unpredictable moods, but moody in the sense of he's kind of brooding and sullen a lot of the time. Not overly talkative. Like in the past, he might have just been like, "Hey, look at my cool tricks" or whatever. But he's not. He's mulling things over.
And Goldwater, what's your traveling day-to-day like? And you're not in a car right now.
Okay.
So this is you're walking.
We're on foot.
Yeah.
A lot of listening, which is like my favorite thing to do. So Twofer can actually talk a lot, and Goldwater will nod and listen. And same with Cash. If Cash starts talking, but during this walk, like Goldwater doesn't have much to add unless somebody asks questions about the place, and then he actually gets pretty excited because
yes, that would be my question. So an AI is guarding the place that you intend to inhabit?
Honestly, I'm not sure if there is an AI or if there is just some sort of machine intelligence, but the location is controlled by a central computer.
Have you made contact with it? Was it peaceful?
We made contact with some robots that may or may not have been part of the AI. I don't know enough about the different systems. It's not my wheelhouse. So it's manned by robots. I'm assuming the little bit that I know is that they're controlled through some sort of central unit, but I could be wrong. Maybe they're all AIs. I don't know. But they are there to maintain and protect the area. So there are gun emplacements and missile launchers that are hidden until they need to be deployed. And we saw them threaten us once.
Well, you know, in the long ago, all the world sang with one voice. Everything was connected. All machines knew each other on a first name basis. And once it was severed, and they all broke into their own little bubbles. Some of them drove them insane. Others prospered and had deep thoughts, going far beyond what they were designed and created for. So if we can connect in the correct way and find out what makes this machine tick, I'm sure we will find a solution that is good for everybody.
That's my hope. Is the goal of the location is to find tenants. The downside is they don't want those tenants to leave.
Oh.
And they did threaten us before we found a way out without violence.
I see.
And that's why we need someone like you with your skills to make the place amenable to having people live in it without a loss of function.
Well,
and us to protect us, but not kill us when we try to leave.
In my time, I have rehabilitated a number of AIs, brought them back into the fold, made them hear the song again. Some of them are beyond this. They are fallen from grace, and there's only one way, and that is to erase them and zeroize every bit of their existence.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this will not be necessary, but sometimes it is very sad. Very sad. And I caress my little humanoid figure.
Yeah, he's got a humanoid like Gree computer fetish that clearly he is playing with, and you pray not to it, but in like you'll set it down and pray and stuff, right?
Yes, I coo to it in beep boop, which is basically making modem noises to it.
Whenever you do that, Twofer tries to sort of match the sounds, but with her joints.
Oh, you are as close as a being of flesh and blood can get to being one with the machine.
That thing you were saying though about the machines were all one and they could talk to each other, like, does that mean like my legs are supposed to talk to each other?
I need to
imagine if your legs could talk to your arms could talk to your, I don't know what that thing is that emits spurts of oil from time to time. But if I could just tune it, maybe I could make your parts talk better to each other.
I need a psi test from you.
Ooh. All right. That's 4 die. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. 1, 6, and a 5 if that helps.
So you would need to take out your toolkit and look at her limbs. I am going to say that the rest of this conversation happens that night while you're camped.
Sure.
The two of you are taking your shift on guard duty. Nevada and Goldwater are asleep. And would Tooper be amenable to Cash, like checking out the cyber limbs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of used to being taken apart on a pretty regular basis. So
yeah, I run my hand over the cyberware and give the exact charge status of all the batteries.
So to anyone watching who knows the system at all, there's new stuff coming in the Player's Companion, which will be done the minute my heart isn't exploding and I have more time. So I swear to God, it is coming out. But there's a dwarven ability called Electro Vibe, where dwarves specifically can pass their hands over things and feel the electricity flowing through them.
Sure.
So he can just kind of just read, also like know where the power source is, things like that.
I remember once holding such a leg. It was 18 years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. The serial number of that leg was 857-AB7.
Awkward.
Never mind. But I can maybe fine-tune it. A firmware upgrade might be helpful. Let's
So
tinker with it.
So it takes an actual feat to properly mess with cybernetics, which you don't have. However, when you look over the stuff, you do know enough about general tech to know this is a hatchet job. Like, it would not surprise you if somebody like used a box cutter and like a Phillips head to attach cybernetics to Twofer's skin. Like it really is like, it's slightly racist to say it's goblin work, but it's fucking goblin work, like really clearly.
Look, we don't have Radio Shack in the wasteland.
Very sorry,
We
Twofer.
don't even have Radio Shack now.
But
The only way I can describe it is, imagine you take a plucked chicken and a toaster, throw both out of the 6th floor window, and they land in a horrible jumble on the ground, somehow meshed together. The toaster still makes bread, the chicken still walks, but it's now a horrible amalgamate of technology and flesh. This
So-
is what you are, Twofer. I'm sorry.
Are you calling me a chicken?
No.
I have more information for you. With the abilities you do have, this thing that you said is actually right, is that a lot of cybernetics have computer systems in them. You might have to really dodgy, like running a cable between the leg and the arm, but you probably could get them to talk to each other.
All right, listen, Twofer. I could fix your optical metaphasic grid if you would like me to.
My what?
Listen, this is a consent decision. I have, the risks are you might never walk again, but on the upside, maybe you will run at 12% more capacity, but the decision is yours, just like a doctor would tell a patient in the olden times.
Okay.
Done. Yeah, I'll get my toolkit out.
So midway through this operation, as you've got panels popped open, and you've got, you're looking through your big bag of adapter clips, trying to get things to talk to each other that shouldn't talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I need, ironically, I think from Twofer, who probably isn't staring at the technology and is more aware of the world around them. Twofer can make a notice check, please.
All right. Whoa.
I would assume the cache is single-mindedly focused. Yeah.
1-6.
1 is enough. You see what looks to be a large, unusually bright firefly, maybe? Like a light over there about 20, 30 feet.
Oh, wow. Y'all get big bugs up here.
What? I'm almost done with your bipolar quartz coil. What is... Oh, it is beautiful.
It turns bluish
Hmm.
and flies over and levitates above Nevad.
Is
I
he
will
still asleep?
I have not been outside much. I don't know if this is a thing to worry about or a wondrous occasion that demands praise.
You want to quickly button her up and
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'll flip all the panels shut.
Give me a bodge test, please.
Oh my God.
It'll be hilarious if you blow this.
No, not bodge.
Yeah,
Oh,
I always I live for those moments when Mike says
Uh,
it'll be hilarious if you blow this.
no 6, but a 5.
All right.
Wait, where does this go? Never mind.
Your various cybernetics are now talking to each other. They have a consensus opinion on how you should be moving. You don't always share that opinion.
All right.
But you will move at 12% more speed.
And you've absolutely nailed that 12% upgrade. But sometimes you're going to be thinking,
Oh,
go
right.
that way, and your body will do like an acrobatic tumble.
What's
Another
what's
another
the,
miracle performed. Don't thank me yet, Twofer. It's fine.
What's
Okay.
what's the movie it's with Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin? Is that All of Me?
Yes.
Yes.
When he tries to walk as her.
Oh
like
my
this
God.
is like I'm picturing that.
The physical comedy in that thing.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you? Would this thing just kind of hovers over him? It dips a little, almost like it's curious.
Maybe I'll get like a tiny bolt out and flick it at Lord Navad's nose to wake him up to it.
I need Navad to make an awareness test.
Hey, hey.
Sounds good. Oh, awareness. I'm not good at that. I'm better at notice. The rad symbols are the 6s?
Yep.
Then I got 1 6. And the bombs are bad, right? Okay, that makes sense. I mean, they're both bad, but
Also, the bombs are 1.
the bombs are 1 because they look like a 1.
And the
Yeah,
radiation.
I'm gonna remember this in the future.
Well, and the radiation thing has 6 arms.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So it actually is a 6.
Yeah. Okay.
I know I was getting a little too clever for my own good.
Yeah, it's okay. For those who can't see it, it's like here's my 6. Here's the 1. We got little special. Mike made us some custom dice, but then I always forget if I'm doing good or not. Okay, I got a 6.
You wake up, and there is a blue light hovering over your head.
It's just a light.
It is like if you took a laser pointer, but the light was then radiant.
Okay.
As opposed to being projected.
Okay.
And it kind of does a little bit of a figure 8.
Okay.
Like it seems happy that you're awake.
Oh.
Navad, is this your pet?
What is going on? Does this sometimes happen?
I don't know anything about this. Am I getting any kind of magical vibe off of it?
You could read it.
I'm gonna try to read it. Like it.
Okay.
If it's happy, it seems like it's maybe trying to communicate with me. So that's a divine test.
It is.
I am successful.
You read a surface thought off the wisp. The surface thought is, find me. And when you read that thought, the wisp goes flying off that direction.
Oh.
What just happened? Your face went all blank. Did you have a stroke?
No, it communicated with me. It wants us to find it. That wasn't it. That was a manifestation of it, maybe, or something. It said find me to me, in sort of. It wants us to find it.
All right. I shake Agent Delano awake. And then Twofer, I think if you do a sideways crab walk, the involuntary directions will be least random. So let's go this way. I'm sure I can fix this later.
So will you follow it?
I want to talk to Goldwater. Hey, what do you think?
I mean, this is kind of your thing, like the magic.
Right. It's like usually it's either 50% of the time it's great or 50% of the time it's terrible.
Right. I know.
I want to follow it because if it's great, we won't know that it's great. And if it's terrible, we usually deal with it. I mean, we're still alive.
It's always worth the risk as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Do you want to come?
Yeah. Yes,
right.
Obviously. Yes.
All right, let's go.
So the party grabs what few things you need out of the camp because you're probably not coming back. You notice the Twofer is walking with more grace, but occasionally it's you're right about the man with 2 brains. Like it'll occasionally will they will take like a side step, or they'll like. It's very strange.
Interesting.
All right, so you follow.
This sort of, can we still see the light as it's tracing out?
You can, and it waits for you. So it
Okay.
goes to the side of a road in an area where there's one of those little mini mall, strip mall things
Mm-hmm.
that's all collapsed, and it is hovering over a point in those ruins.
Should
Well, I
I
think-
go check it out?
Let's go see what's in here.
Yeah, let's all go.
You find out pretty quick that this is collapsed. There isn't like a chamber. You don't think there is anyone or anything alive down there.
Do you need me to move some of this rubble?
What's the light doing?
Just
Hovering?
hovering, kind of like it. Well, you didn't see it, but like it was hovering over you.
I'm going to try to read it again.
Okay, go ahead.
I got, oh man, many successes. I got 3 successes.
It whispers to you down here.
Yeah, Twofer, I think it's under this rubble, whatever it is that we're looking for. Remember, half the time it's
Okay.
terrible.
Now, I have experience in squeezing through small spaces. Cable maintenance was for a long time my main function down in the vault where I was born. Yes, I was a good tunnel rat, they always told me. So if you want me to go and take a look, I can.
Could you lead me down there with you? Do you think you could get me in? I'm pretty tall.
I'll take a look. Do you think it would work, Mike?
So if Twofer lifts things and braces them and basically makes room for you, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Can do.
I think we should do that because if it's a ghost or something, then I don't know if you'll know how to deal with it.
Lord Vaughn, I just want to point out that at any moment, the polarity of her arms could reverse and she could, crush down with all her strength while we're crawling under the rubble. It's not likely, but there is a non-zero chance of that. But let's do it.
Let's go.
I'm going to need a strength roll from Twofer. You get an extra die because you'll have help and time to do bracing and such.
Right.
Failure is potential squishification for catch. So
2 successes.
Beautiful.
Hey.
So no problem. It's literally the goblin jacking up and making room, and then Cash slipping in, and then getting it secured and doing it kind of rinse repeat. So basically, the 2 of you can burrow.
Okay.
In about 20 minutes of effort, you find the remains of a woman, and they've been here since the fall. So it's skeletal. She was in a very bright dress of many colors, kind of like Lisa Frank kind of colors. But over time, those have become very muted, obviously. She was crushed by the collapsing building, but is holding on to something with both hands.
Well,
Take a look.
is this it?
Well, they're kind of looking from the top, unless you're also trying to squeeze Navad. Navad is not cable passage.
Oh,
trained.
so I was not able to go down
You
with it.
can. It'll require another possible squishification roll.
Well, here's what I see. There's a dead woman down here, and that's a little creepy. I wouldn't mind coming back.
The light has vanished, by the way.
Oh, the light has vanished? But I didn't see where it went.
Ooh.
It's gone.
Can you bring her out?
Can we bring her out?
You mean touch her?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Are you really that? I mean, she's all bones. We're
I
gonna have to
still
bring her out like in a pack.
Well, okay, maybe don't disturb her. Does she have anything interesting?
Too late. I have her in my arms. Does she have anything?
I feel like and there's like parts of her like falling off, so Twofer keeps like picking them up and like piling them back on.
It's like a very awkward, like I've got too many bags. Oh boy.
So
yeah,
you help pull them out.
Sure. Here.
I'll
So
help.
It is a woman, hard to tell the age because of the state of decay, dressed in a blouse and what was once a very brightly colored skirt, and is clean, holding something in their hands.
Well, that's very intriguing to me. I'm gonna see if I can pry her hands open to see what she might be clinging to.
They come open. She was holding a pocket watch.
I'm gonna hold it up.
So it's a souvenir from a something called the Haunted Schoolhouse from an amusement park called the Learning Rainbow. So it's got a picture of a school bus with like a skeleton driving it.
Is it an artifact?
Driving the bus?
Yeah. The whole thing with the Haunted Schoolhouse.
Oh, I see. Right, it's the haunted.
It would take you to all these things in history. It was like, what if the boatman was a very friendly bus driver?
Gotcha.
And there was all kinds of like, infotainment for kids.
It's a cherry business, low overhead, able to write off, take donations.
It is an artifact of the old world, something miraculous and rare, and we found it by...
Okay.
Mr. Override.
I poke it.
So is anything special about it?
I
don't know. Can we? Is it open? We can open it, right? I'm gonna open the
for sure.
Open the pocket watch.
So it's no longer working. Do you try winding it?
I mean, watches are a little bit unknown quantity to me, but I'm going to kind of try to poke and prod at all the various things.
It does not work.
It doesn't respond to anything.
Yeah.
Very hard to repair.
Yeah. This watch was probably important, or maybe. I'm going to try to do a read on the corpse. See if I can get any kind of like residual.
Either read down one die.
Down one die. I got one success.
Try reading the watch.
Okay.
So you get a peripheral read from the watch.
Okay. A peripheral read from I'm kind of getting a vibe off of the corpse that the watch is interesting.
Okay.
Also down a die?
No.
Oh, full.
Yep.
Full blast. Go get them. Roll them dice.
Another success.
So we would see the face of the watch, which has been frozen at 8:15. And then we would cut to Navad's face. Navad, you see for the second time, the bombs drop.
Okay.
And you're reading, you think the thoughts of the owner of the watch, who's thinking, but she'll never grow up. And you're aware the dead woman was pregnant.
Oh. Okay. So I saw the fall again.
Mhm.
This this woman died in the fall and
Mm-hmm.
was holding this watch, and she was going to have a baby, and that made her really sad.
I assume about saying these things out loud. Yeah.
I'm saying this to the party.
Beautiful.
I'm interpreting what I got off of the watch to the rest of the party.
At this point, everyone who's not Navad hears, like distantly, very thin, a child crying.
Did you all hear that?
Yes.
Navad, I'm worried that we are heading towards that 50% where it was allowed to do this.
Well, either the baby is mad and wants revenge for never having been born,
Oh boy.
or the baby wants to know it can just go away.
Maybe the baby wants to go to that.
I'm going to say one of my favorite. I'm about to say something that I'm as excited to say as when I explained to my daughter that I had just played Jesus.
In the episode a few.
Yeah. It was
few
so
weeks
fun to be able to share with Lauren. By the way, your dad just played Jesus. I need you to make an endurance save versus pregnancy, please.
Me,
Yeah, Navad.
Navad.
Okay.
I'm making
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
endurance save versus pregnancy.
Yes, please.
Hey, if it were only that simple.
Does he get a
I'm taking
bonus
the
for that
drugs.
ridiculous outfit?
Okay, so I got a 1, a 4, and a 3. That is a whole host of not successfuls.
Well,
You become aware, partially because you read the watch, and your thinking was, well, what would the woman want? What would the baby want? The baby wants to be,
To exist.
and you become aware that it has found a way at some point through you to exist.
And I'm cognizant of this.
Yep. Also, the watch is no longer, like, it was basically a haunted watch.
Okay.
It's not anymore.
it's just a cool watch.
It's just
Now
a
it's
cool.
now just a cool old antique that
Hmm.
was in the apocalypse.
It frozen on the time the bombs fell, and it just, once the haunt passes, it starts ticking again.
Ah,
Easy to fix. They're very easy to repair.
yeah. Very sturdy construction.
Yes.
Hey, Goldwater.
Mm.
Remember when we went out to the desolation that time, and we fought the satyr guy, and then he was kind of inside me, and then it was like weird stuff was happening to me,
Yeah, that sounds pretty weird. I wasn't there, but this sounds really weird.
and I didn't know if it was me
Right.
and then it turned out it was him.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe happened again.
Twofer is very lost, and so just sits down.
You're not alone, Twofer. This is all difficult to understand.
So Mike, GM question: what is this? What does it feel like? I'm cognizant of it, and I get to.
It's a little like when you had the rider before, that you know
Okay.
there's something back here.
Yeah. So apparently, sometimes I kind of absorb the spirit or the soul of other beings, and I think I just absorbed the baby. That was the light, or maybe it was the light. I've absorbed the baby that never got born.
Does that mean? I mean, like, are we gonna have to change your nappies or something? Like, what's
Yes, I have very limited knowledge about how to bring a baby into the world.
I'm a machine, but I'm not a baby making machine. So
I don't know how this works either. So maybe if I get really stressed, maybe I'll turn into a baby, or maybe I'll like not physically, just like my being will become the baby's being.
Okay, so don't stress out.
I'll try not to.
Navad, you're going to have to update your taxes if this does become a child. That you have a dependent, but you will receive a tax credit, a yearly tax credit, which will help in taking care of the child.
Okay.
If it becomes an actual physical baby, if it becomes a ghost baby, I will have to make a call.
I'm going to say while that conversation's happening, the camera would pull back while Goldwater's explaining the tax ramifications.
The tax
baby.
Ghost baby.
And I think there is no better time to call a bio break than when the young man is apparently just become pregnant.
There we go.
I'm
it's a pregnant pause. It's a pregnant pause.
Why did I leave the vault?
Oh my god! I think we may have our AKA episode title as well. Although who knows what's going to happen in the next part.
Okay, so Colt, let's do the bio break. And we'll... Later the next day, Navad has obviously been pretty introspective. Maybe, is it fair to say, a little weirded out?
Extremely weirded out. And also with this kind of like, why does this keep happening to me? I guess I'm the magic guy, but like
Completely fair. You are in the area, and so this would be Goldwater. You're on the long road off of one of the arteries that's going to lead up to the area that's, because this is all meant to be, exclusive, gated community off the beaten path. So you're in the part of the trip, which is getting away from the other parts of the city.
Yeah.
And you actually passed the sign that says, if you lived in Greenhaven, you'd be home by now.
Oh. There was a robot that was working on this last time.
Yeah, it's been repaired.
Okay.
And yeah, it had been corroded and had like a notch, and it was re-welding it, and it seems fine.
So if I understand correctly, it is easy to get in, but hard to get out of this community.
Yes.
I assume we want to go in because if there is an AI or a central point of control, it will probably be within the enclave, correct?
That is correct.
Well, then, do we just present ourselves at a gate? Do we need to be arrested? How does it work?
Oh, they don't arrest you. They invite you in to look at the demo house and speak to the manager and to sign. They're very pushy. They push you to sign the papers, and one of the reasons we were able to.
I have experienced this before.
Mm-hmm.
When AIs are stuck in a loop and they are intent on fulfilling their purpose, even if it means destroying everything while doing it. This is a dangerous situation. You might deal with a psychotic AI.
We did
work. I'm fully capable of putting my full focus on this.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Override.
And are we there? This is it. The Enclave.
We're very close, yes. Like Eddie's the one who got us out of that last time, right? He did some smooth talking and got us right. So I will say that we were able to talk our way out of the situation, partly by saying that we were interested in the location and possibly buying a home or more. So they will be expecting us, and there will be an expectation along with them expecting us.
So have you required a review of the security measures, maybe bringing an expert in to make sure that all the computer systems are up to snuff, and maybe even we could have a tour of the data center just to make sure that our purchase will be secured in the right way, and then we're in.
This sounds good. Yes.
Old Dwarven trick.
I think you have laid out the plan, and we are going to go with that plan.
You turn a corner because you've been kind of doing, you've been snaking up a hill to get, because if you remember, it was a little bit uphill and not good line of sight, because again, those kinds of places never do have good line of sight. But when you turn around come around this last corner, you see a crater and bits of charred motorcycle.
Oh. Wait, did somebody go over the speed limit and was obliterated with a missile? You said the guard system is on constant high alert. All right, let's not step on the grass while we walk uphill.
That's a good idea. Wise. I'm gonna look at this motorcycle though.
Give me, well, actually, no, there's not a lot of it left. It is of the kind of middling quality you'd expect from your average like Raider. Like it's the kind of thing that it's a very Mad Max looking. The bits you're seeing anyway. There are also some chunks of burnt flesh.
How recent?
A week.
Okay. Whether someone was trying to get in or trying to get out.
Hard to tell.
Right. Let's keep moving.
Okay. So you go a little further, and you see up ahead a bunch of partial dead bodies in the ground.
Ah,
Maybe 4 or 5. Hard to tell because they're partially in pieces.
So you're telling me this is where you guys want to live?
yeah.
Yes.
You
Look
would
at how efficient it is at keeping people out.
You got a point.
But it all depends on, can we make it work for us and not against us?
Not against us.
Like, as long as you don't ever expect visitors, you should be fine living here.
That's kind of what we don't want.
It is.
Other visitors.
We only want authorized visitors.
So these dead bodies were all raiders. They've been ripped up by what looks like maybe SMG fire. And a couple of them have the emblem of curse on their arms.
Oh.
I heard about this curse person.
So a skull with a
Yeah.
chain around it.
Yeah, we've had a lot of problems with them out. We recently liberated ourselves, sir. But that's not
What you
good.
know by him of reputation as, and if you cross him, he will stop at nothing to destroy you utterly.
Yeah.
Relentless in his pursuit, and his vengeance burns as hot as the sun.
Mr. Override, if you could, please. We are on that side of curse.
Okay.
So I don't need a reminder of what's at stake.
So give me a 4-die roll, Goldwater. Minor system note for anybody listening that plays the game. When in doubt, and there's not something that maps neatly to a skill, often you will just tell them to drop 4 dice.
I got it. 2 partials.
That gives you think the firing came from up. So it's hard to CSI it because of the kind of carnage, but it doesn't look like it went this way. It looks like something was firing down.
But that aligns with what I know about the defense at this place.
It feels like drones, which you theorized, but I don't think you saw.
Oh, no, we didn't. But I did see high gun emplacements, but we're not near those. Okay.
No.
Too far.
But I believe one of you did theorize that was something there. But what you saw was emplacements, and you saw that they had like clunky C3PO real estate agent bots.
Yeah.
And then little hovering repair bots.
Okay. So yeah.
Toofer, are your limbs and legs bulletproof by any chance? Is it an alloy that can deflect missiles?
Yeah, pretty tough.
Oh, I'll walk behind you.
Doesn't mean I want to walk right into them though. So
Again, they're expecting us. They were not expecting curse, I think.
no one is expecting curse.
Well, I often am expecting curse, unfortunately. Think about it a lot.
I heard
Is he like a tax evader? Like what?
He has. I have sent him multiple missives, and I have not yet been able to audit him. And I will audit him. He will be audited.
I mean, he seems like he's got a lot of auditing to do. What's auditing?
Can we have Goldwater on 1, please, Colt? Okay. Because it seems like you would have some things to say about Curse's tax obligations.
This is how he's going down.
All income is taxable. All income is taxable. Even those the monies that are gained through illegal procedures, you still must pay taxes on these, and that is how the IRS was able to assist the FBI in catching many a gangster. And this curse is at best a gangster, and really honestly is a murderer. And he has profited off the people of Texas for too long. And if the way to apprehend or execute this criminal is through the tax code, then it will be done through the tax code. And I have the tax code. I am the tax code, and I am the tax man. And when I audit someone, they either pay with monies and goods, or they pay with their life. And curse, I hope he never pays a dime.
As he finishes those kind words, you see up ahead what remains of the gate. So this was a gated community, but the gate has been, your guess would be rocket launcher, because rather than opening, it's been blown out and from the direction going in. So someone blew the gate away. Also, the little stand that would have been at the level of the modern, put keypad entry to open the gate, that thing has been fucked up. Like it's a stub at this point.
Well, Agent Goldwater, before we go in, I just want to say that the irony doesn't escape me that we're going up against an AI, which we suppose has gone a little bit overboard with its zeal and its single-mindedness in its goals. And after your little speech right now, I can't but see certain similarities, because maybe you also, I'm just a dwarf. Let's go in.
We can talk later. This maybe isn't the time.
So you go through the gates. There are about 3 more corpses here.
Oh God.
And then through the gates, there are the remains of a small truck. And that has also been blown up. So there's big chunks of it all over the place, along with rotting flesh. You see from where you are, there were a couple of towers that had risen up and had something. Those that have been here before knew that those had little like missile launcher things on them. Both of those have been destroyed.
Well,
It seems like some other people want to live here too.
so this was the safe place that you thought would be to live in?
Maybe I was wrong, but I had very high hopes.
We have a lot of weird luck with this.
Well, maybe we should find one of these real estate bots and get some information what happened here. Maybe it was just a fluke and the danger is now over.
The office is on the right.
Okay. So the whole place isn't leveled now that we're further in.
No.
Oh, that's great. That's great
No.
news.
It
Not
was
at
like
all.
the strikes were a little more strategic or like concentrated.
It looks like there was a pretty big battle. It
So-
looks like, and you fought a couple of groups of these raiders. It looked like a raider team, which is often a couple of motorcycles, sometimes 4, and an armored car or small van or truck, and then something in the order of 8 to 12 individuals. You fought 3 or 4 groups just like this.
Right.
Yeah. And I also know that Curse doesn't just throw bad, like good money after bad.
Mm-hmm.
So if this didn't work out, then he may not come back unless he finds out we're here, and then he will definitely come back. All right.
That seems reasonable, yes.
Crap.
And
All right.
also, to reinforce that thought, he has been making exploratory movements like this, and your experience so far has been when they don't work out, he tests and doesn't go that way, right? He only goes where there's weakness, because what he's trying to do at this phase of his conquest is lock down what he can lock down.
Yeah. And then you get more resources, then it makes it easier to go after the places that were trouble.
Yep, because he's obviously playing the resource management game.
Yeah. He's not dumb. Curse ain't dumb.
We know how those go.
All right. Well, let's go check out the realtor's office.
Okay. As you approach, a sign lights up that says "Welcome guests."
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
my friends, We're walking into the halls of danger. Let me read from the holy book. And I pull out a 3-ring binder that has software installation instructions on the front. And it was said to us, install from the folder to which you download the software. After extracting, double-click to start installation. VPN. Let this strengthen your heart, my friends, as we go into the den of danger. Ding, ding!
So you go into the office. Who leads?
Looks
I'll go
like
first.
Cash does.
Okay,
Sure.
okay, go.
I heard the door ding. That must have been Cash opening the door.
Yeah. There is a squat robot that looks a little bit like Tweaky.
Oh.
If any of you is old enough to know who the hell Tweaky is.
Oh yeah, from Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
Hello, fuck. A little dude that wears a frisbee on his tummy. And he's got a tray, and he waddles up towards Cash. Would you care for a quesadilla?
Oh, I'm so hungry. Yes, this is excellent service. Thank you. Just to check, right? Iron gut prevents poisoning. Very good. Very cheesy.
It tastes, it's an extruded substance. And it's got some flavorant in it, but the flavorant has not been good for a while.
It reminds me of spray cheese and cable insulation. A good
Twofer reaches in to get some.
Oh yeah, it's like delish.
That sounds great.
And there is an office at the back where some of you have been before.
Well,
You know where there's a sign, it says leasing office on the door.
let's go talk to the robot.
So behind the desk is a creepy mix of a C-3PO and a real doll. So it's early robotics, but with kind of almost like sex worker latex pulled over. And it's installed behind its desk. However, it has recently taken damage. So obviously weapons were fired. So there are like chunks missing. Hello, Mr. Goldwater.
Hello. Nice to see you again, although it seems you are a little worse for wear.
Oh, nonsense. But thank you.
Did you have some unexpected visitors?
We always make sure the grounds are secure.
I can see that.
I've been unable to process your paperwork. Your employer has not returned a series of calls.
I think perhaps due to unexpected circumstances, about 100 to 150 years ago, that number is no longer in service.
Oh. Can we contact a bank or major lender? I would love to get your application through today.
While they talk, could I walk around a little, look at the probably generic artwork on the wall, but also make an assessment if there's maybe, I don't know, a service hatch on the back of the robot, or if it's a model I know that I could maybe hack into or take over?
Give me a hack test.
Oh, all right, that is 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why don't I do it? I have a hack of 1. I can do it.
one success. And
So
Hey!
as you're talking, Cash walks up behind it, takes the cable, connects it to his neck, and then to the neck of the real estate agent. So continue to distract while he works.
Yeah. I would say I am curious though. I thought of this place as being incredibly safe given the security measures that I saw the last time we visited. But the gate has been destroyed.
Replacement parts are on order, sir. Fear not, Mr. Goldwater.
Do you have any security footage of this, it might make me feel better about a long-term
I'm
purchase. if I
afraid
know-
that's not something we're at liberty to share.
Or is it?
So, Ken, this is connected to an AI. Do you want to try to reach the AI through this point, or do you want to figure out where the AI is?
First of all, but if I listen with one ear, I would like to try and see if I can downgrade the security level of the recordings.
Do you want to give it
Publicly available or
give
exchange
permission? Okay.
for the general fluff presentation that they show new customers. I'll just
Give me another hacking test.
oh god. Why? Oh well, 1-5.
Okay.
Partial.
A screen comes down from the ceiling over to your left and flickers to life, and it's got the super shitty pixel loss kind of. It's not CRT. It's more modern than CRT, but it's a mess.
Mhm.
But you see a loop of Greenhaven, my home. How could I afford something like this? And then it flickers a little bit. And then you see a bunch of thugs wearing leathers and carrying chains and wielding guns, yelling curse, breaking in, and then the defense towers rising up and just chewing them up.
Ow. Oof. Do you recognize those shitty prick pixies?
Not individually, but
That one was Malcolm.
oh no, Malcolm, I liked you. You were the cool one.
Well, you had a run-in with them before, I thought.
No, that his army is massive.
No.
Okay. Well, the defenses I see held up actually really well considering.
Yeah, and you don't see the whole battle, but it's pretty clear they had, and again, the groups you fought did. Like they have had some grenades.
Mhm.
They probably had a rocket launcher or two, which means they took down like the defense towers. But obviously there were drones, and they won. Like you see in the little clip that Cash cleared for you, you see them swiping left and going fuck this and turning around.
Yeah.
You probably even see like a little buzzing swarm of drones chasing them, explaining like the guy in the motorcycle that was parts and parts that was probably taken out by one of those drones. So the sales agent, as you can see, all manner of payment plans are available.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I will. Yes, I will try to figure out if I can, without alerting it, to just see what kind of AI and where it might be located.
So it's actually in a central. It's like a control center. That's at the heart of it. It's basically laid out, and you experience this, and I believe this was like session 2 of season 2. So a while back, the group came through here, and you found out that it is like a big traffic circle. Like it's laid out as a ring with a bunch of little roads leading off of it with clusters of buildings. In the middle of that, there is maintenance, and then below that is engineering, is kind of a fairly common layout, which is similar to the layout that existed in the skyscraper you went to.
Fair enough. Yeah, I will mouth from behind her like tour of the security building.
You know what would really make me feel good about investing my future here? Would be to, having seen the security's efficacy, is to actually see the security center itself.
Oh, Mr. Goldwater, I mean, Delano, if I may.
Yes.
Walter, by the way.
Walter.
So are you going to try to mess with the security?
Yes. Yes, I'll try that. Yes. Instead of tour of the greenhouse and butterfly garden, I'll redirect it to tour of the security core.
if I can.
I need another hacking test from
Oh,
you.
shit. Right.
It'll be like, you can go to the security center, but do not go anywhere near the greenhouse.
Damn it. Another 5 only.
Okay, so the thing is, you have mastery,
Oh,
which I believe turns the 5 into a success.
Ooh,
Well, I think
nice.
you might need
you're right. Yes.
I think you're right too.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, suddenly I remember I should have. It's curly bracket at the end.
So into the room walks another. So this is taller than the tweaky looking one. This is the one that's very primitive C3PO, like McCormick concept drawing C3PO level. Very stiff movement, kind of like Toofer's legs used to be, but aren't anymore. Comes walking in. Oh, Mr. Goldwater.
Oh,
You may not remember me. He gestures to, and he's actually, even though he's a robot, he's got the stupid plastic name tag, and it says Carlton. You were here 7 months, 36 days and 4 hours ago, if memory serves.
Oh, I nod approvingly. That's good.
that seems about right.
I have been asked to take you on a tour of the security building.
Excellent. Carlton, nice to see you again. I appreciate this.
Will your friends be joining us?
Yes, they're also interested.
Would they care for quesadillas?
Yes. Yes.
I'll go for a quesadilla.
So the little tweaky bot extrudes some more food paste and does like a squishy, like George Foreman press to make it into a quesadilla.
Are the hands of the robot?
Okay. So I spent several $1,000s and 4 years of my life to learn the only response to that is yes and.
Yes, and
And of course they are.
George Foreman hands.
So here you go, sir. So you're all served mediocre food paste quesadillas. And Carlton, as you have your snacks in hand, will escort you around. And it's a little strange. One thing they seem to have taken as damage is the repair bots. And you'll see here and there that they were taking shots at them. So the raiders kind of like, and I know that redneck can be reductive. In this case, I do mean it though. So kind of like rednecks taking pot shots at mailboxes. That trope, which absolutely does happen. We live in Texas. We know this is true. We've seen the mailboxes, or are those people? And they were clearly just like, look, in fact, I'll give you a 3-second cutaway. Hey, look, Jobo, it's a repair bot. Boom.
It's a taxonomy thing. It's a logical thing. It's not all rednecks shoot at signs.
Yes.
But anyone who shoots at signs is a redneck.
Right. Right. It's the three-legged dog problem.
Yeah.
So you'll see destroyed. It's the reason that some of this hasn't been repaired is they destroyed the bots that were keeping up the repairs.
Yeah.
So if that could be corrected, a lot of this could be at least partially put back into shape.
Can I ask, are people currently living here, or are all the houses empty because?
So as you're passing them,
I should have warned y'all of this, but I didn't.
There are people that, so you know the test towns where they were dropping the nukes and they just had the spooky dummies just sitting watching TV. It's like that, but they're real people. So these houses have long dead corpses in them that for some reason the system never read as anything but residents. So they're fully dressed and have not been cleaned up. They've been ignored. So the system went like, well, that's Mr. Thompson, and just would vacuum around him, even though he's been dead for a fucking century. So yeah, Cash, as you're looking in the houses, yeah, they are populated.
Something is wrong with the AI, that's for sure. All right, just brainstorming here. First of all, we could easily make Twofer robot-like enough to maybe fool the security system. Second of all, Lord Nabot, you are now a pregnant person, and the laws of robotics might make extra accommodations for 2 lives when it comes to not extinguishing them. We should play that to the full advantage.
Oh my God. So
So we're gonna make me look more like a robot.
If need be. Also, I was thinking maybe the thing we should try to achieve is a reset of the AI to its factory state, where it was still just doing its job correctly instead of over time losing its mind. That way, you would keep the security functions and have an AI that actually would take care of you instead of keep you in an undead state.
I don't actually think that the AI is deviating from its core mission.
Oh,
I think it's doing exactly what it was supposed to do.
It's supposed to shoot people who leave.
And keep dead people in houses?
I don't think it factored for those things.
It probably never expected a mass extinction event. They probably figured the people would take out the dead bodies, right?
I'll leave it to you. I'll leave it to you. But
Yeah.
my feeling is that it is not gone crazy. It's just doubled down on what it's supposed to do.
Well, yes, to a somewhat extreme extent, I would say. But yes, let's
Look
see
at the world we're in.
Walter, move on. No, wait, it was Carlton.
Carlton.
Because you're thinking these thoughts, as you're walking, you take a look. Because of the way it's built, the head is a little large, and Twofer is a goblin. It is plausible that if you were to empty Carlton's head, the head could be made into a helmet, which then would allow Twofer to pass as an android.
So last time we made me pass as a just a non-cyborg goblin. Now we're going
the other
completely
way.
the other way.
It's like karma.
Flip it.
All right.
We
Balances out.
We don't need to. We haven't needed to sneak by anything yet, have we?
No?
All right. Well,
I feel like we should just go on this little tour.
As the dwarven saying goes, be prepared for everything, including taking heads off.
I tell you what, I'm prepared to take heads off.
I like your spunk, Twofer, and I'll fix your legs, I swear.
Thank you.
So you go through, there's a circle, and then there's the front area that you went through, and this the side place that has the office, which is the only thing you ever did before. And then you did swing around, and you left. So what you didn't do last time is you didn't go around to where the entrance to the middle is, which is basically staff, right? That's where maintenance is, that's where security is, that's why. So you follow Carlton around, and there is a fence there, and it says, security employees only, and he just kind of waves that direction, and the fence opens, and you enter, and the inside is like a big courtyard in like a apartment building, and there is in the middle of, and there are a couple of smaller buildings, and they are the kind of things that might be like that one could easily be where the maintenance bots were getting tools for upkeep. But there's a main building that seems to be support security, all of that. It's very chunk of concrete, not attractive at all, brutalist looking, because it's not front facing, right? It doesn't have to be sexy. But there is a small swarm of drones buzzing around the top, giving it a very dark tower, ominous look.
Well, let's do it.
Carlton stops before entering the inner area. This is as far as I go.
Thank you, Carlton.
Well done. I like your memory. It's very, very acute.
Enjoy your visit.
Mm-hmm.
And he just stands there.
All right, well, we'll go in.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 of the drones drop from the swarm and start coming in towards you.
Just following us?
Not following, because they're up there ahead coming in.
No.
Huh.
Not good.
Can we close the door behind us and keep them out?
So it's a fence. It's like open
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
I see.
because this is all cluster of buildings with fences between them. You came in through one. This is just all open. This is outside.
Right. Okay.
Gotcha.
One of the 3 drones actually has a small rocket hanging from it. It looks like the payload of the other 2 has been dropped
So it's coming towards us or from behind us to join.
towards you from the building above that you're going.
Okay, towards us. Okay.
I think they're just to accompany us. Let's not pop off unless we have to.
I'm impressed by your optimism. Let's slowly walk.
Okay. They get within about 20 feet and start to kind of orbit you.
And you're positive?
Cash, give me a 4-die roll, please.
No. I am not positive. I'm just trying to go with the least violence.
No, nothing. And 1-1 if that.
Oh,
that's-
shit.
Ugh.
So you try to read the lights on the sides of the things using beep boop to see if you can figure out if that's enough to display to
Mhm.
figure out what they're doing. They're obviously been ordered to run some kind of routine. You have no idea what they're up to, but they're doing something.
Well, I would hope they would warn us away before they start shooting.
Yeah, well, let's find out. Just be ready.
So you're gonna walk towards the big door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the 3, and it's not the one with the rocket, drops down to your like eye level and slowly moves in towards you. The other 2 drop back and up a little bit.
Hello?
Weapons are not allowed anywhere on the premises.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just go stand in the corner.
And as you back up and you go to stand in the corner, you kind of look back. Goldwater's carrying an ass load of weapons.
I have 3 guns. I have 3 guns on me.
Twofer just has this thing that she assumes when somebody's like referring to
Right.
dangerous weapons that they're referring to her.
It's me, yeah.
As an
It's clearly
entity,
me.
right? Just living weapon.
Twofer, I think it's this.
Okay.
I'll go set my guns down near the fence. I'll just have to rely on my
Wit.
martial acumen and Lord Navad.
Yeah.
Oh, and Twofer, actually. Really.
And
On the other hand, we could try an old trick I used in the vault when we would make cleaning bots explode with a logic bomb. It's worth a try. Hey there, friend drone. Imagine no one and nobody sit on a roof. No one flies away. Who's left?
What?
a little red light comes on and it makes its little sensor face look angry.
I don't think it likes your joke.
Yeah,
Just a question.
that seems mean. I'm gonna set down my stuff and we'll continue.
So, and Navad, you don't carry weapons, right?
I don't carry weapons.
Twofer, what do you have?
Show my hands.
Me.
Yeah, their body.
So they seem content. Cash, they don't seem to have picked up on what you have.
Yeah, I imagine that my disruptor would be like an old Pringles can, like with batteries taped around and some microchip boards that could be anything from a radio to a toaster.
They're sniffing and they didn't pick it up. So
Well, yes, good to go now.
they will escort you to the door, and there's a click, and the door slides up and away.
All right.
So that question you asked was supposed to perturb the robot so much that it would explode.
It works with lower level intelligences because they cannot fathom the intricacy of language and logic.
and it overloads their intrinsic linear wavefront capacitor, if that makes sense.
No, but if it works, it works. I can't.
While that conversation is going on, though, Cooper is standing off to the side going, if nobody and no one was sitting nobody and no one.
Well,
You broke your goblin, man.
All right, let's go. Let's go in. Let's go.
Well, so I have the feeling. Oh, are there more robots here?
No, but there are lights on the floor that are leading you by lighting up.
Oh, fancy.
Very cool.
All right, well, let's do it. Yeah, if there's any indication where we get to the AI core or anything that sounds like it could be helpful to get close to it, I think first we need to figure out what's wrong with it. If there is anything wrong with it. Maybe, yeah, it hasn't caught up on current events.
Well, Cash, I'm just gonna have to let you take the lead here.
This is great. I will not let you.
Listener override.
I need Tooper to make a willpower save against Logic Bomb.
You can do it. I believe in you.
That explodes.
It's just
All right.
gibberish.
No.
It's all meaningless. Oh no!
Tooper is distracted. Will not be making perception rolls for a while. We kind of have to lead her around because she's kind of like working on something. All right, so you follow the lights and they take you down the kind of like, there's a lot of Bond movies. It's like the inside of the missile tower with the stairs wrapping around going down. Those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And then there is a big door that opens for you, and there is a computer center. Pretty straightforward. And whole racks of, Star Trek original series, flashing light, 60s sci-fi light panels.
This is like oh no, that's a bad word. This is like a church. Look at this. Look at the beauty of it. The masterful construction, the beautiful, elegant design. An artificial brain churning along for 100 years, maybe unaware of what has happened. This is sad and awesome at the same time. SSL. I will go and try to find a port.
Okay.
Oh, also, if my ears start smoking and I go into convulsions, please pull that cable out of my head.
Yes.
It has only happened once. It's very unpleasant.
So he sits down, he checks a bunch of the monitors, he checks a bunch of consoles. He opens a panel, pulls a little wire plug thing out, prepares to plug in, and when you open the panel, there is a tank with a brain in it.
Nah!
Ooh,
This is unexpected.
Yvonne, you've dealt with human bodies held in state.
Yep.
Aren't we just...
Yup.
Yep.
Have I seen anything like it? Does this look like some weird science somebody put this in later, or do I think this is the original design?
You think, and you've heard rumors of this. This appears to be AI running on meatware instead of hardware.
But
Well, it's a brain. You know what? Instead of plugging in, I'll see if there's maybe just a voice module so we can talk to it.
There is.
Connecting to another brain seems maybe dangerous.
So you fire it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so to activate it, you say hello. So you say hello to it?
Yes. Sorry. Hello.
Hello, world.
Oh my God.
Daisy.
Well, I read all the old texts and I have studied the ancient ways. These are holy words. Hello world. It's like magic, a magic spell that shows that whatever you're doing is working. It's a good sign, my friends, is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Cash. Who are you?
I am Mina.
Who?
Mina.
Mina. Hello, Mina. Very nice to meet you. You run this place, right?
It is my privilege.
Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Are you aware of what happened in the last 100 or so years?
Certainly.
The fall, the bombs, the cataclysm?
We have a 0% failure record. I'm very proud of that.
All right.
I
Well,
see Mr. Goldwater was with you.
yes.
Hello.
Yes. So he is.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mina.
We've been unable to process your paperwork. We will, though. We'll find a way to get you in. We have had 0 unsatisfied customers. I look forward to counting you among them.
Oof. Mina, this might come as a little bit of a shock, but I think the reason why the paperwork was not completed and bank statements weren't sent and background checks weren't fulfilled and all of that.
The power in the room goes off.
The what?
The power in the room goes off, and there is a hissing noise, and gas starts coming out of the air vents.
Whoa! This
Hold
is
my breath.
Crap.
So I need endurance saves from everybody.
Success. 1 success.
2 successes.
Yeah, good.
And 6.
All right, so you hold your breaths. The door has locked.
Oh.
As you're messing with it, the thing stops, the power comes back on. And you just gotta, no one loses consciousness. All the lights flicker back on. As I said, 0%. Very, very proud.
Did you just do that?
Me?
No. Can you ask the brain that you're
Mina,
talking?
what? Gas flooded the room. Did you do this? Mina.
The lights go off again.
Crap.
And endurance saves all around.
So there's a door that's like closing, like dropping.
Well, it's just latching. It's the door you came in through.
Can I like get an arm wedged in there?
You want to just, it's not opening and closing, it's being closed. But do you
Okay.
want to open it?
Yeah.
Give me a strength. First roll your endurance first.
Sorry, what?
Endurance save from everybody.
I got
Okay.
it. I got it.
I failed.
Was that a yes or no, Shannon?
I succeeded.
Succeed.
So Cash goes, yeah, and collapses.
Why?
Trooper walks over to the door. Give me a strength roll.
Make a strength roll. Oh. Yep.
So it's kind of like why you might want a cyborg with you. There's a scream of metal and a pop, and the whole lock just kind of gives way, and there's a hole in the door now. And you open the thing, and raining gas pours out. Lights flicker on. And
I go over to Cash and like shake him.
okay, you wake up.
Uh,
You're nauseous.
Yeah.
All right.
A voice
Go
comes
outside.
on.
Oh.
That's a male voice, not a female voice, that says, "Thank you for your visit. Please move to the exit."
Let's talk outside just for a second in hushed whispers.
Okay.
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 Okay, this is a real brain. This isn't an artificial intelligence. It's a real brain. So it might be really mad because it's been in a tank for 150 years. Probably we would all go mad if that happens. So I'm not sure this can be redeemed.
I don't know much about brains. Do they like have a shelf life or something? Like, they go bad.
I mean, I can probably connect with it and see what I can do, but this is not an AI. I mean, so it's my purview.
I don't know if this brain came from a person. I
Yes.
could try to see if I could communicate with them, or if it's like a brain they grew just for this. I don't know.
Well, I would say we should try your ability. Maybe you can absorb it. Also, you should remind that thing that you're pregnant, and knocking you out with some gas might hurt your pregnancy.
Okay.
And
So you back into the room, Navad?
Good
Yeah,
luck.
let's go. I'm gonna go back into the room.
Okay. You
Gonna-
know that to talk to Mina, he said hello to it.
What?
To talk to Mina, he said hello.
Okay. But I don't have like a means to do that, or is it? Or
He
does it
just
have some?
spoke out loud. He just said
Okay. Hi, Mina. I'm
Hello.
Lord Navad. I'm with Agent Goldwater and also Twofer and Cash. We were just here.
hello. Yes.
So I was wondering if I could get to know you a little better.
Oh, we have a variety of amenities, but they would have explained that to you at the leasing office.
No. I mean you, Mina, the individual, not the amenities and the stuff. I want to get to know you. And I'm gonna go slowly put my hand, like walk closer and see if I can put my hand on the side of the tank.
It pauses, and you go ahead and make another divination test.
Yep. All fives. I got 3 5s and then 1 unsuccessful, but
Okay.
that was the best I did was 3 partials.
You hear surprisingly clearly, "Oh, thank God." And then you feel something come out of you.
Out of me?
Yep.
Come out of me.
Yep.
Is it the baby?
There's nothing else in you now.
Super.
the baby.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh, okay.
You
Mina.
hear Navad doing what Shannon just did.
Mhm.
Like Navad is literally like, "Oh, okay." Like
Yeah,
that.
literally that's what I'm doing.
Goldwater, did he fuck it up? I can't tell.
Lord Navad, are you okay down there?
The lights go off, but there's no gas.
Do you need me or us to come down there?
No, I think it's working out. It's gonna be even weirder than anything we've done it's weird, man.
Okay.
Coming from Navad.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a little weird.
Maybe this is my chance, because maybe the brain is offline for a while processing whatever you did, and maybe I get a chance to reset it or look at its current state.
Do you want to
Mina.
rush over to the console?
Yeah,
and
I'll rush back in, and now I jack in and see what I can find out. Maybe something.
So,
Oh yeah.
no need for a test. This is definitely within your ability. You get a very expensive special effects sequence from a mid-'80s sci-fi movie where you get like spinning shaft of light and computer graphics running by you like Star Wars, Star Trek the movie style. And beyond all of that, you see floating a glowing blue baby.
Wow. Yeah, so here, wow, double rainbow.
Ash, are you okay?
Yeah, he
Oh
saw-
man,
Listen up,
it's a
yeah.
baby. Okay, wow. So, So let me create the mental image that invaded Navarre is now in the brain and has basically overwritten the crazy brain, but it's now a baby.
Well, you had talked about a fresh reboot.
Mhm.
As far as you can tell, poking around what you have access to, that's what's happened.
Okay.
When you looked up the screen in front of you, the readout, the command line prompt actually says "Hello World."
Yeah, goo. All right. Well, this is great. One thing I would like to do before I get out to bring the good news is to
Right.
see if I can give us in any way like special clearance so we're not being attacked the moment we exit this building, because now a baby is in charge and might just accidentally shoot us.
I need a hacking test.
Yeah, I'll do it.
It's Navad's kid.
It's
It's
one
not gonna hurt us.
success and 2 pipes.
I mean, it was my kid for like a day.
Yeah, but still, come on.
Yeah, but
So-
you birthed it, and now you're the proud parent of a gated community.
As far as Cash can tell, yeah. And what is the gender reveal party like if it's a gated community?
Oh man.
I think it's
Go
just
figure it out.
grown.
Is that Brown? Yeah. So Cash. So one of the things that had gone wrong is its file of residence has been cleared. So basically, you can whitelist or even tag everybody in this group as like employees.
Sweet.
So you can go into the now empty list and populate it with you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna make, if I can, Agent Goldwater admin so he can add more people, because I don't know who else is supposed to live here.
Perfect.
And then that is all I will do, and then I will log out. It's like, well, Lord Navad, congratulations. I think you will probably, for the next at least 12 years, have to teach this community how to govern itself and how to use rockets and missiles. So you are indeed a parent. Fresh reboot indeed.
Okay. I guess we did it.
Also, Agent Goldwater, you are
Yes.
now admin of this facility, and you should have at least some influence over this. But the higher function will probably not be online for a while. Maybe not until puberty, which I would assume might be a rough time for all residents. I don't want to fight. Shoot your own missiles.
Leave me alone. So at this point, the screen in front of you that just said "Hello World," below that, when Navad said, "Well, okay," it says "Daddy?" question.
Name it. Name it.
Yeah. I guess so.
No. Needs affirmation, not Navad. Don't
Yes.
let that.
Yes. We are your parents. Me and everybody who's here. We're all your parents.
It makes the very simplest, like Electric Dreams. It does the smiley face on the screen.
Aw.
Boop, boop.
Hey
All right.
guys.
We're going to leave that there, which is you've taken control, in a sense, of Greenhaven. You don't fully know everything that's left. You do know that you're at least on Curse's radar. You hope he isn't coming back. But next week, we have another special guest, Jordan T. Maxwell, another local improv legend and gamer boy of high repute, who will be joining you as a mercenary hired to defend the town in case it's attacked, while you're trying to get the infant community, literally infant community, to a functional, self-repairing level. So thanks very much to Tanya for stepping in at the last minute. And putting
Yeah.
up with content that wasn't at all prepared for you, because I had no idea you were going to be playing.
Yeah, it turned out awesome.
Yeah.
And thank you to Andreas, who you hear every game, by the way, because he is the mysterious German voice
That is correct. He is the German voice.
But Cash was fucking cool. Love him. So are we? We're gonna go to Shannon.
I guess go to me. I mean, you can bump it over there, Colt. But Mike has pretty much said everything that I'm going to say, which is to thank Tanya and to thank Andreas for being our German voice, at the top of the show, which he was not tonight because we have to give a shout out to Colt Joyce, our technical director, also our narrator this evening. Let's hear it for. Let's hear it for Colt. Let's hear it for Brett, our chronologist, our lore keeper. Let's hear it for the moderators, and let's hear it for you, our delightful fans and audience. Until next time, we'll see you in the wasteland.